This is Morganiki, and today we're doing a before and after video of the Vulcan Affair, which was one of the DLC levels for Viscera Cleanup Detail. It is a huge level, absolutely enormous. I think to actually clean the level takes several hours, so this tour video is going to be about 20-30 minutes long. So we have a lot of boxes, which you have to put into the stacking zone over there, and there. There are multiple stacking zones because the level is so big, for barrels and for boxes. The whole level is a parody of, I believe, James Bond. This is essentially like an evil supervillain's island lair. It's got all sorts of unique aspects that you can only find in this level. There's another stacking zone. Those are really large ones that aren't lighting up when I go near them. They are just part of the scenery. You can't actually move those. Lots of bullets. And as it's Viscera Cleanup Detail, we're going to get a lot of dead bodies, a lot of blood, bullet holes. Right, into this room is a shark tank, and it's one of the methods you can actually dispose of things in this level. You can throw your waste into the shark tank, and it will be eaten by the sharks. Of course, if you fall in, you'll probably die. I believe this is some sort of prison. We've got lasers instead of traditional bars. Another dead guy. This level has reskins of the crisp packets, the empty tins. They've really put a lot of work into it. Very interesting level. One of my favourites. A lot of hidden Easter eggs in it as well. Collectible items and whatnot. Okay, to really show you the scope of this, we have this very large lift. This is the bottom floor. Thankfully the lift is pretty good. It doesn't really glitch as much as other lifts in other levels do. Which is a blessing because you do have to transport a lot of things up and down it. Tanks that contain models of aliens from other levels, which I thought was a nice touch. Nice reusing of the assets. I actually know this code. So to save us time, we'll just enter it now. Here we have a giant missile silo. Because of course we do. Because it's a supervillain base. Quite dark this area, so you might need some lights. But there's more crates. More trash. And a dead guy underneath the missile. floor 2 is where you start. This floor is kind of like offices, I guess, and a giant meeting room. It looks like there's been a very bloody and violent shootout here. Because there's lots of guns, lots of bullet holes, and just dead bodies behind things. They've obviously ran to take cover and not quite made it. Some burn scorch marks here. This room's actually directly above the shack pit. And there's a button you can press, which opens up these dark floor tiles that all of these chairs are on. So a nice way for the supervillain to dispose of the people around his meeting. And a shortcut for you to get back to the shark tank. You can just throw your rubbish down the holes. The evil super genius's private office. There's a hidden button under the desk here. A picture of a cat. Press the button and it opens, revealing a bunker of sorts. Now on to the ground floor. Now we can finally go outside. I quite like the palm trees, the golden sunset aesthetic. Well, the base is of course surrounded by these laser fences. Presumably that is right above the missile silo. Over here we've got more stacking zones. And more stacking zones. And more stacking zones. Because there's just so much stuff to stack. So many crates, so many barrels. A lot of these doors don't actually do anything. The level could be bigger. It is pretty huge. But thankfully a lot of the doors don't actually open. Now onto this area, which also requires a code. Quite a long code, but it does actually spell out the name of the supervillain's cat. I can't click the button. Now I can. And here we have much of the same. More bodies, more barrels. There is a secret area here that requires you to be in co-op mode, which I think is quite unfair, but if you do have two controllers, you can just wing it and do it by yourself. We take these panels off the walls, two red buttons, and they require them to be pressed simultaneously. Just to get around that, I'm just going to ghost through the door here. And here there is more things to stack and a few Easter egg secret items in there as well. Dead guys. This incredibly large room has things all the way around it and houses the death ray. Okay, now to see what it looks like after literal hours of work. You can't fix the hole in the wall, but you can clean up the soot. All of these crates are in the stacking zones where they belong. And it looks so satisfying. I get a bizarre amount of satisfaction from filling stacking zones, I really do. And here's a barrel stacking zone. This is where I've just collected my tools together, so they're all in one place and they're neat and tidy. Shark tank. Still there, of course, but all the way around the edge of it is clean. The prison area, I've opened up all the cells, taken out all of the trash, all of the dead prisoners. Anything that shouldn't be there. Down to 5. We'll go in the same order that we did the initial mission. Everything is clean and shiny. Thankfully these things can't do a Resident Evil and burst out at you, because that would just make more mess. And into the missile silo. really doesn't sound healthy. As I pressed the button, I did accidentally throw all of the chairs down into the shark pit. And a clean bunker for the cat. Up to the ground floor. All clean, no blood, no bodies, no trash, no bullets, and no bullet holes in the golf carts. And stacking zones. More crates! And barrels! That's a really big stacking zone. Plenty of space left in there. Into this area. I believe I used... what did I do? I used 2 controllers, yes. I used 2 controllers to get into there. The room that houses the death ray is all shiny and sparkly, with no clutter, no trash, and no dead bodies, making the place look untidy. And that was the Vulcan Affair.